Joe 200, what's up? Okay, I'm here, and it is Friday. Okay, a lot of you already have got this done, and you looked at my video from last semester, and that is fine. But I made a new video, and this is March 31st, 2023. So this is for spring semester 2023. The rules haven't changed. Okay, alrighty. When you're thinking about it, first of all, I wanted to, again, a belated happy holidays to my friends that were celebrating this, and a real respect about the generosity during this time of month during Ramadan. It's a great thing. Okay, so what we're going to do, and guess what? Hey, you know what? It's Passover next week, so it's a great time to celebrate. We got Easter coming up. Oh, everybody. Okay. Um, what are we doing here? All right, I just wanted to reflect on the limits. I do provide links to the federal government, but we put this in the assignment last in the slide deck. But I wanted to show you how we listed it in this week's assignment. And it's about the rules and regulations of these retirement accounts that you guys are going to be making up right now. Okay. The federal government sets limits every year, so we're going through all this, blah blah blah, and this is all, all the benefits. And again, we're gonna do some company matching, which is awesome, in our 401ks. Okay, with a 401k, okay, there is a maximum amount you can put in annually as an employee. Okay, and the combined amount maximum is 66. So with your employer match. So this is almost like a 2-to-1 match. So you put in 22 and your employer puts an additional 44. All right, so matching it 2-to-1. All right. IRAs, we're going to talk about those, and Roth IRAs. Those have an annual limit of 6,500 until your age 50, and then the federal government is incentivizing as a catch up for this, and so then there's a higher limit of $7,500. That's not going to come into play in your calculation, though. All right. So what do we got to do? Let's go to the actual paper writing section. And it's like we really lay out the directions and hold your hand through all this. Which is what we try to do. We wanted to make it fun, but also make it easy. Okay. And so these are the goals, and we laid them all out. Okay. It's a 2-page paper, but it's going to get longer because we really want you to put sentences of figures that illustrate you've done the work. Okay. So or you can make really small figures. Okay. So within the slide deck, this is the slide deck right here. Okay. You can download the entire slide deck. Alternatively, you can just kind of look. These are the highlights. But I would download the slide deck because it kind of goes through everything that you're supposed to be doing. Okay. These are the two calculators that we use. This is the 401k, would also work for 403b, which is a not-for-profit like me, or if you're doing your individual retirement accounts, your IRAs, okay? And this will be it right here, okay? Alrighty, so this is the kind of figures you're going to generate just to show you, okay? This is the kind of spreadsheet that is generated that just shows you the actual principal and interest and how it does compound. And then we can come down here and we look at a 401k calculator again in the concept, and you will see right here, you'll put in your annual salary, you put your expected percent increase in salary every year, your raise, okay? This is the return that you expect on your investment. We'll go through all this, okay? And then this is how we're going to play out the employer match, okay? And I'll give you some examples on that, okay? And then when this thing spits out, it shows you the amount of money you have when you retire, but down here you'll see it shows a lot more money because you continue as you start spending the money is still earning interest. So the total amount of interest that you earn can be enormous, okay, over long. This is the amount of money that was actually invested right here, the contributions. This is you, this is the employer. But this is how much interest your money made all those years. So it's pretty phenomenal when you think about, the total money laid out is $347,000, but you just by investing it and looking the other way, have an additional 1.7 million. I think that's awesome. That's a pretty good return, and that's the total payout right there. All right. Okay, so let's just take a look at this right here. So we'll start with our friend, the investment calculator. Okay. And we also asked you to reflect on how while you're doing, and then to look back and go back here in the actual assignment to reflect about how privileged you will be making all this money, but how much of our society in America is not doing very well, okay? And that's this part right here, where you're going to compare what your outcome is to these people that are not doing very well, okay? This is the article right here. I also have it in the slide deck, and then you can actually access it right here through the Washington Post. There's a paywall, but they have a certain amount of free accounts. You know, the biggest take home on all this, it talks about all the people that are making doing really well, you know, with their 401ks, you know. These are the number of people in our country that are millionaires from 401ks, you know, and you know that's you know a significant amount, you know, and then these are right here are our IRA millionaires, okay, so it's yeah, it's an amazing thing, okay, so we see here we have, you know, in total 800,000 people that are millionaires, okay, you can split it in half have 401ks and the other half have IRAs, okay. That being said, we have a lot of people in our country, okay, we have 337 million people, so there's a lot of people getting left behind, and that's the bottom line right there, okay. And so so when we look through this, they talk about that, okay? More than half American families don't have retirement accounts, okay? So that's 200 million, you know, people, you know, call it 100 million families, whatever you want to do, call it, you know. We see that it's much harder on people of color, okay, in terms of the percentage of people that have these retirement accounts. And then in the figure down here, it kind of lays it out in terms of who's more likely to have retirement accounts, and of course, education is key. You know, and we see that the greater the college degree, the more likely you are to have some type of retirement account. This is the median retirement savings, okay, and this is the percentage of people that have any kind of retirement savings. So you see that that the greater the college degree, you're gonna invest. The richer you are, that you're going to invest. The richer you are, the more you have to invest. You know, so that's, you know, it all plays out right there. But then you see this, you know, again, this racial, ethnic disparity that happens. Okay, and we see that white America has a lot better participation than other ethnic groups in our country. So these are things that you wrap your head around and discuss at the end. All right, that was our goal. All right, so that was the take on that. And again, that article is in here, and here's the copy of it right there. All right, let's just go ahead and do some investing now. All right, guys, let's check this out. Okay, so we'll just go in here to my investment calculator. Boom, 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 bada bing. All right, we'll go right there, and I'm in. Okay, so starting amount. Okay, now let's just look at my first year I get a job, and I'm going to put in my limits. So I'm going to put in my $6,500 because that's what the maximum the federal government says I can put in. My plan, is to put in as much money as I can. Okay, so I'm going to put $6,500 every year. I'm 24 years of age. I'm gonna work till I'm 64 years of age. How's that sound? So I'm gonna do this for 40 years. 40 years. Okay. Alrighty. So we're in terms of the 6% return, which is reasonable. You know, I was getting 7, 8, 9%. This year was a bad year. It's going to compound every year. Okay, so not monthly. Monthly is that's a whole different ball game. This is how IRAs are calculated. All right. We can look at two scenarios. Okay, so how if I just put $1,000 in? All right, because that's all I can afford. All right, every year I'll put in $1,000 for 40 years. Okay, all right. Instead of $6,500. Okay, let's calculate and see how much money we got here. All right, so there it is. Okay, so in total I put in $40,000. Okay, my end balance. Okay, after 40 years at 64 years of age, I started at 24. is $221,000. So my total interest was, this is just letting the stock market churn make the money. My total interest was $175,000. Okay, so you see right here. Okay, I didn't make that much. I mean, I didn't put that much in. Okay, I can put it over here. So my starting amount was 6,500. The total amount that I put in was 40,000. I put, so because I remember I was putting $1,000 in a year. Okay, but look at the gain that I had right here. Okay, so this is we're looking at all the interest that's coming in. When you see this is interest plus the principal, this is my balance. Okay, so this is that's pretty awesome. And this is, this just shows you how things compound. Okay, so I put in, okay, as I indicated, okay, 6,500. Okay. Alrighty, had an interest of actually I put in 6,500, then we added 7,500. Okay, I mean added 1,000. Brain's not working. So I was putting in $1,000 a year, so that's 7,500. I added that interest, and that's the end balance. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna now take that over here. So this is my new balance, 7,890. Okay, this is the actual money being put in. Okay, this is now carrying over the interest. So you see how we've added this amount right here to the 7,500. Okay, alrighty. So next year I just put in another 1,000 right there. See, another 1,000. But you can see how it's growing, growing, growing because you keep adding that interest plus the 1,000, right? So by this year right here, you're adding 1,000, but your interest is also adding. So it's like adding 2 grand, as you see right here, right? So you see how that plays out. You see how compounding works. Awesome. All right, so let's just say, I don't have any money. It sucks. I just don't have any money. I put in that $6,500, and that's where I'm at. All right, so let's calculate that. Okay. So what we have here is it didn't like it. Okay. Additional contribution. I have to put in something. Okay. Hopefully that'll work. All right. There. I had to put, I had nothing there. I put in a 0, all right? So I put $6,500 in, okay? For 40 years it sat there at 6%, okay? Check that out, all right? 10 times the amount of money, okay? Even though I didn't put any more money in. This again shows you right here, this is how much I put in. This is how much I put in. All the rest is interest, okay? That's the beauty of compounding, okay, guys? All right, now let's look at a more realistic approach. 6% return. I'm going to max this out. I'm going to put in 6,500 every year because the government says I can, okay? All right, so we're going to take a look at this. Drum roll, boom. That's pretty awesome. All right, there's $1 million, my friends, all right? Okay, so we come down here, okay? The original amount was $6,500. I put in $6,500 every year, all right? So that's for 40 years. So 6,500 times 40 comes out to $260,000, okay? And then all this is interest right here. This is all interest, boom. And you can see this right here. This is all interest. They should have color-coded this the same, but they didn't. You see, this is interest over here, the dark blue. Light blue is my principal, which was, how much was my principal? It was this plus this, okay, my contributions. But you can see I've earned a lot of money. And again, you can see the scheduling down here. All right, so that's that. Isn't that beautiful, guys? All right, cool. Let's get out of here. All right, cool. Let's go back now. And let's take a look at our 401k. All right, so we're going back in here. All right. And we're going to go to the 401k calculator. All righty. There it is. Boom. Okay. We'll just do a couple scenarios right here. All right. So, you finally get a job where the company is going to be contributing. That's where this is at. 401k. Okay. Let's say by 30 years of age, let's just hope you're making 70 grand a year. Okay. At 30 years of age, my life expectancy, say, is 85. All right. And roll that in because this particular calculator does a little bit more for us, which is cool. You'll see in a sec. Here it is. That's when I'm going to retire. All right, 65 years of age. All right. So I'm going to put in 5%, okay, all right. Let's just say that my employer, okay, will do half of that, okay. My employer match limit is 5%. So if they do 50%, that means the employer will put in 2.5%. All right, so let's see how this all plays out, all right? We'll do the drum roll right here. Again, oh, wait. Expected salary increase. Let's do better. I want to make 5% every year salary increase. All right, that's better. All right, let's check this out. Okay, so we're looking down over here, okay? When I retire, there will be $1.404 million inside my 401k, all right? How awesome is that, okay? We'll see here that I will put in 316,000, okay? My employer will put in 148,000, so that's a total of 474,000. But again, I've made $1 million in interest, and we see that right here. That's the interest, okay? So this is my contribution. This is my employer's contribution, all right? And this is all the interest I made, all right? Okay, but you can see, like I said earlier, so this is when I retire at 1.4, but if I'm gonna live to 85, the actual amount of interest grows to almost $2 million because the money stays in there, okay? And continues to earn interest, okay? Which is pretty awesome, They have an earning power adjustment that's based on inflation, and that's what they're talking about in here when you're looking at that, okay? So we can show the schedule right here, okay? And we can just, all right. And here it is right here, all right? So with the schedule, all right, this is all the money went in until I was 65, 1.4 million. And then we're looking at the payout, okay, right here. And the removing of however much I wanted to remove every single year, all right? So that it could be like, let's say I'm removing 7,000 a month or whatever it is, okay? And so you see it slowly disappears, but the bottom line, like I said, you continue to earn interest every single year until you're 85 years of age. Less and less interest because your balance is slowly going away because you're actually spending the money, okay? All right, that is it, okay? Pretty cool, huh? All right, what else could we do here? So I could do it let's go back and do it differently, all right? All right, so we're gonna go with 70 again, all right? We're gonna go with 5% again, okay? My current balance, okay, actually I probably shouldn't have done that, but my current balance is 0 because I just got the job. I'm gonna put in 5%, okay? My employer is a cool employer and they're gonna match me 2 to 1, all right? And the employer match limit is 5%. So that means they'll put in 10% for my every 5, okay? All right, let's take a look here and take a look at this. And boom, so we've done quite well here, all right? Actually, they match me 1 to 1. Let's go back. I want to make this even better, all right? Match limit is 10. Okay, sorry about that. All right, there we go. Okay. Oh, I messed up. Let's go back. See, it's funny how quickly you can screw things up. That's because I put it here. All right. So, sorry. 7. Because every time you go backwards, it resets the whole thing. 5. Okay, I want to make sure it's all equivalent. Sorry about that, guys. But you can see how you can screw up. All right. So the employer large limit is 200. Okay. I think I got this right. Okay, let's say 10%. Watch. There. So there you have. That's how much you have saved when you retire. It was perfect. Okay. So I put in $316,000 over my career. All right, from 30 to age 65. All right, for 35 years. My employer put it 630 because they had a 2 to 1 match, which was pretty nice. And then what you see down here, if I live to 85 years of age, the total value will be 5 million in this account, and it's all interest right here. So, and again, it goes down. If you show the schedule right here, you can see how much interest you continue to earn on this account as you're approaching the end of days. And you're not going to spend it all. So a lot of this money is going to be passed on to your heirs. All right, that's what I wanted to see, okay? So I was just screwing around with this, okay? This is a compound interest calculator, but you can use it to see what's going to happen with your salary, okay? So, and you can see right here. So let's say you start your job at $70,000 a year, and here, let's go back here. Let's just say it's a crap, it's an okay job, but you're only making, all right, so, so in the end, okay, you started at 70,000 right here, and in total you're going to be making 70,000 plus 24, so you'll be making $94,000 a year. I'm using the interest calculator, okay. Let's say let's say I'm going to make 8%. I'm going to get an 8% raise every year. 8% raise every year. You can see you can get up here where you're making 70 plus 8. That's $150,000. All right. Just playing around with it, guys. Okay. All right. All right. So that, my friends, is it. Make sure you follow the rubric. Okay. The rubric's pretty laid out. Nice, straightforward rubric right down in here. And don't forget, when you're doing it, to define what a Roth IRA versus an IRA. You pay this, you do this kind of Roth IRA when you're young. You're not making much money, all right? You get your paycheck. Okay, you've already paid taxes, but hey, I only make 30 grand a year, so my tax rate's only 3%, whatever it is. Okay, fine. And then I'm living with my parents. I'm gonna take that $6,500, put it into my Roth IRA, and then when I grab hold of it and it's earned all that money, okay, it's now worth a couple hundred grand. I don't pay any taxes on it when I'm, say, 65, 70 years of age. Okay, the IRA you do when you're very successful and you're investing. So this is where you defer, you take it out of your paycheck before you pay your annual income tax, and you pay taxes on it later on when you're, say, 85 years of age, when you're paying on it, and it'll be at a lower tax rate. All right. Think about poor America. Okay, that's important. So you have two scenarios in IRA, two scenarios in 401k. You explain this difference. You think about right here how you are, how you stack up with a lot of people that don't have the opportunity to invest. Good screenshots, and boom. Okay, don't forget, if you're late, you get penalized. And that's it, my friends. Take care.